Hello and welcome to the Stuff I Heard podcast. This is your host, Joshua Peak. Hey everybody, this is the Stuff I Heard podcast. This is a bonus episode. We've been doing the monthly girls bonus podcast. This is the third one in the series. We have Dolores. Say hello, Dolores.
Hello.
We have Lori. Say hello, Dolores.
Hi there.
And we have Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl.
Good evening.
All right. So I'm going to set up my camera while you guys do your thing, and then I'm going to walk out of here. So if you want to take it over, Dolores, this is your ball of wax.
Okay, great. Welcome, ladies.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Well, it's been about a month? No, actually, I think it's been a little longer.
Longer than that.
I think we were here mid-November. We had just come back from shopping, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and we decided on our last podcast that we were going to discuss our 2020 fitness goals, and we're going to hold each other accountable to those goals. But first, I would like to do a little recap of our holidays. How was your holidays?
It was great.
You had company in town,
I
right?
had
Yeah.
company for 10 days. Yes. I'm glad that everybody's gone and I have my house back and a little quiet time now.
I'm sure.
Yes.
How about you, Cheryl?
It was pretty quiet. Only one of my boys was able to come home, so it was a quiet Christmas, but very good to see him. But it wasn't
Good.
I was off, so that was even better.
Technical issues.
Yeah, I know. We've got our cameraman's having a little difficulty getting out the door at this point in the ball game. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're probably seasick or drunk at this point. He's moved the camera around so much. I had a very quiet Christmas.
Yeah.
I took Jackson, which my grandson's 3 years old now, and then Bailey is my granddaughter that's in the family now. I took their Christmas to them this year. They did not come here. And as sad as it was not to have the excitement of wrapping paper and toys and the squealing, and I missed that for maybe 2 minutes.
Right.
But then when I took all the stuff over to their house, the excitement and the squealing was still there. But of course, we got to leave all of the wrapping paper and boxes and all of that there. And of course, now that I think back about it, it's great. They didn't have to pack the children up.
Right.
Although they don't live that far from us, but still you have to, a 2-year-old, a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old, get them in the car seats, get them over here. By the time you do all of the exciting stuff, pack their toys up, get them back to the house, they usually fall asleep. So it was very nice to be able to take all that over to them. And of course they had a great Christmas. So
Right. Good.
Ours was very quiet. Our actual Christmas day was extremely, it was quiet, but it was great.
Yeah.
Good.
I think we were all off, right? You were
All
off?
off, yep.
Off
Oh,
work
yes.
for a little while, so
Oh,
everybody
yes.
got
Yep.
a little time off, enjoyed
10
that.
days, something like that. Mm-hmm. That was
Difficult to
great.
go back to work at the end of it, right?
Yeah, I had like
Absolutely.
13 days off in a
Oh, my
row.
goodness. Okay, so that's, like I say, we wanted to talk about our holidays. Everybody had a good holiday. And now we are in 2020. And we are drinking a little bit of champagne. So I wanted to say
Cheers.
Cheers to 2020. Look
we go.
forward
Cheers.
to this year in the gym with you ladies. And one of the things I wanted to talk about first was we did a really good job, I think, of going to the gym regularly.
Right.
But I do feel like I know I had some places where I felt like I excelled and then where I felt like the train went off the track.
Right.
So I wanted to talk a little bit about if we could just maybe emphasize what you think went well for you in your fitness goals for 2019 and where you feel like the train went off the track and is something that you want to work on this year.
Right.
So Cheryl, you want to start us off?
Sure. I kind of made note that in 2019, I was really glad to stick with the running that we had started. I know in our years past, we would have a spring race and then kind of stop running
Right.
and take a break, like, oh, okay, we're done. And we got to the point where now we don't stop. We may not train as hard, but we don't stop. We
Exactly.
still continue to run a couple of days a week and have found new little areas to run outside when the weather's nice. So we're not stuck in a gym on a treadmill in bad weather. We are taking advantage of, some of the local area
I'll chime in and say I think we did a really good job of that this past year
in the
we
neighborhoods.
We did not stop between we did what? How many? We did a couple of races, right? Mm-hmm. For 2019, we actually did. Did we start
3.
off the year? We started off the year with Pacing for Pieces.
Yeah, and then we did the Diva.
We had the
Or was that other one in
We
before?
had the little. I think it was. We called it a mud run because remember it had rained really bad the
Right.
night before.
Oh yeah, that was out at the farm.
McLeod
Was
Farms,
that before
right?
the Diva though?
Yes, that's in
think
like
that
April.
was- yeah, I think that was
the
before.
Jonathan
Okay.
Foundation.
The Jonathan Foundation, right? And then we did Divas, and the one thing we did not we actually went pretty hard between those two races from probably what would you say January through May?
Yes.
Because the Divas was the first weekend in May,
Yes.
so we stayed pretty good about at least twice a week doing
Right.
our running. And then after that, I think we did probably the best job that we've done yet of maintaining. Now we do not stop before 3 miles. I mean, we do a really good job of trying to keep it at 3 miles. We
Right.
know we need to maintain that.
Right. Even if it's just a walk, there's some days where we don't feel like running or something hurts or, we're not feeling 100%, but we're moving.
Exactly.
And we're moving for a minimum of 3 miles.
Yep.
So I think we did. I think we did a really good job maintaining that portion of it.
Right.
Yeah. So like I said, in 2019, I'm glad that we stuck to that.
Right. That I think that's a plus. That I would say that was one of the things I had on my list is something that I feel like I did and that we did as our little group. We did a really good job of that this year or last year.
Yep.
And then
Any-
our cardio class that we take on Monday and Wednesday, I know it has helped me with my stamina for the running.
Right.
So
Did we pick up the second? I know we've been doing her Monday kickboxing from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. for a while now.
Right.
Did we pick up the Wednesday class during the year of 2019?
Yes, we
okay.
did.
Okay.
Yep. I don't remember when, but we
we
did.
increased it to 2 nights a week of kickboxing,
Right.
which we've talked about that on previous podcasts. That is very intense.
tough.
It's a very intense class.
Yes.
The Wednesday class is even more difficult, because it's 30 minutes later.
Right.
So it's a 6:30 to 7:30 class, which puts us all three getting home a lot later. So it can be challenging. I do enjoy that class, although it makes me want to cry most of the time. But so, what would you say? Where would you say, Cheryl? You said we did a really good. You think you did a really good job of maintaining your running for 2019. What about? What would you say would be something that you felt like you fell short on, that you had maybe was a goal that didn't quite work out the way you thought it would for 2019?
Well, the instructor that I love on Monday and Wednesday teaches class on Saturday and Sunday. And we had been really good about going consistently on Saturday and Sunday. And then once the warmer weather started, we backed off and we're only doing once a weekend to enjoy the summertime.
Right.
Some outside time. And then there'd be times where we would skip both weekend classes. And I think that's where I fell short, is I didn't commit well enough to making sure I met at least one a weekend class.
Right.
Right.
And I will have to say so far my pluses and minuses for the year are right where yours are. Like I say, I feel like I didn't. I know I didn't. If anybody ever, I'm not going either. It's just, and I know I got to do better on that this year.
Right.
So, but what would you say, Lori, would have been something that you feel like was a positive that went really well as far as your fitness journey?
Well, absolutely, just staying on track of working out, period. I know a lot of people will start, hot and heavy at the beginning of the year. They've got goals and this and that, and then by February they're dropping
Right.
out. That's obviously not the case with us. We definitely continue and just working out as a group and being there for each other. But I would say adding the second class of kickboxing was definitely a plus. But I guess for the downfall part, or I guess what went wrong, I feel like for me, I think I'm doing a little bit too much cardio and not enough of more focused exercises. And that's one of the things I'll talk about in 2020. But
Okay.
I think I need to to go a little different direction of just something different than
Right.
just cardio. So,
Well, I mean, I think that none of us are certified fitness people at all.
Right.
We're a lot of times just winging it. I mean, we're actually, I wouldn't say we're just winging it. We're using the expertise of the people that teach the classes. And one of the things you do get, I mean, if you keep doing the same thing over and over, you're not going to get the same results
Right.
every time, because your body adapts to it, gets accustomed to it. I mean, I think that's one of the things I like about Maria as an instructor is I think she does a great job of paying attention to who comes into that class on a regular basis, because there are times, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but after a year of doing 2 nights a week for the most part, it still kicks my butt.
Yeah.
And I
Oh,
think it's because she
absolutely.
changes it up on us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she does.
And I think that says a lot about her as an instructor, that she pays attention to what's going on in the class, the people in the class, that she knows that, okay, I've got this certain group of people that show up here twice a week. I've got to change this up some, or they're going to either
Get bored.
and not want to
Yeah.
come anymore. So she keeps it mixed up. I mean, one night we might do 200 jumping jacks, and then the next time we might do close to 500. It feels like.
And she's been incorporating a little bit of light weight at the end
Yes.
of class.
Yeah.
So she is helping us change things.
Right.
And there again, like Lori said, she's going to talk about her 2020 stuff. But for me, I've been a member now of the gym going on 5 years. And my first 2 years and my last 2 years are completely different.
Right. Yeah.
Because me, as I get older, over 50 now, I know what my body needs. And I know what results I'm getting from the different classes I'm
Yeah.
taking. I had to change things up.
Yeah.
And
Right.
you're finding, Lori, that you might have to change things up.
Right.
So we know our bodies and what's going to work and what hasn't worked and where we're finding results and where we're not.
Right, exactly. I mean, like I said, that's the main thing is we've got to, and I think that's one of the reasons why I personally, and I can only speak for myself, I've always been a person that likes to do goals. I've never really called them resolutions.
Right.
I've always called them goals. And, it's like the comment you made, Lori, about the gym. People have that New Year's resolution or that New Year's goal I'm going to start the gym. And we all know that here in the next few weeks, it's going to be so freaking
packed.
Oh, yes.
crowded
Yeah.
that if you don't get in there and get a treadmill, you won't get a treadmill on Tuesdays and Thursdays, especially at the co-ed gym that we go to on Second Loop.
Right.
Yes.
But then by April,
It's all things.
yes.
I mean, it's like, crickets chirping in there.
Although we did go this past Thursday night and it was pretty crickety.
Yeah,
at
but
which I was really surprised.
But I really think a lot of people are looking at this whole thing with Monday. I think a lot of people, because the holiday
fell in the middle of the week.
fell in the
Right,
middle
yeah.
of the week. It's why start anything on a Thursday. Let's wait,
Yeah, till
or
Monday.
the first. And I've never been a first January 1st gal, because I always do my way overeating of my New Year's food. So I've always been a January
Southern
2nd.
girl tradition.
Yes, my Southern traditions of the black eyed peas and greens.
Yeah.
So, but I did start Thursday. I mean, we were all at the gym Thursday. I started I changed up my eating. So, but now, okay, let's move on to the next thing we want to talk about. And what are your goals for 2020?
So for 2020, first of all, my first goal was to start drinking more water. I used to be really good about drinking water, got off the track big time on that. Wasn't hardly drinking anything at all, which I think probably contributed a little bit to the diverticulitis.
Well, see, I'm not a good
don't
water
know.
drinker at all.
But I was, so I think that was probably a little bit of an issue. So I have challenged myself, and I've started, and I've already exceeded my goals for the first 2 days.
you.
Yay! Very good.
So this week was 40 ounces a day, and I think yesterday
40 ounces of water a day?
Well, that's just starting.
That's not a lot.
It's not
No.
really a lot.
Are you kidding me?
No.
No.
Oh my gosh, I'm so bad. I probably
That's
don't
only
drink.
2 bottles of water.
Yeah.
I probably don't drink a half a bottle of water
Yeah.
all day.
So I had.
I'm not good at that
I
at
drank
all.
60 ounces on what's today? Saturday. On Thursday, and I drank 50 ounces yesterday.
I would be in the bathroom peeing.
Well, that's the thing. You
all
do
day
run to the
long.
bathroom.
But
once your body
it
gets,
is
once your body
very
gets
good
accustomed
for
to
you.
it.
Oh, I would think so,
I
but-
drink so much water.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's my first goal, and I'll increase my water intake to get up. You know, I don't know where I want to go. At least 80, 90 ounces, I suppose.
Holy crap.
Maybe 100. I don't know. We'll just see. But yeah. So that's first and foremost because I know I need to have that. My second goal.
I need to write that one down. I need to do that one too. Because I don't do that one very well at all.
Yeah. So my second goal is to do a monthly challenge, and so this month is the ab challenge. Were you guys able to open that the other day?
No, I could not. You sent us that link.
She didn't even try.
You can tell I didn't even try.
So,
that
For our
look like,
listeners,
you know,
Lori actually sent Cheryl and I a link, and because I'm going to jump on the bandwagon with you on
Yeah.
that. I think that's a great challenge. I want to
Yep.
do that one with you,
Right.
And we'll hold each other accountable. But I could not get the link to open,
Okay.
so
Well,
you'll
I'll
have
just
to.
send you the screenshot.
I didn't
But
try to
anyways.
open the link, but
Yeah,
I'm there
yeah.
with you. I'll do it with you.
So I've started.
Oh, you don't have any choice. We're dragging you along.
I started a new board on my Pinterest page, and I have different challenges I've got posted in there for each different month. So, so each month I'll do a different little challenge, and then maybe still do a little bit of the other ones every now and then, just to kind of keep up with those earlier ones. So, those two things, and then obviously food wise, watching food, losing weight. Not going to put a number out there, but there's a lot. So I am determined, and
Well, we got a date to work toward.
we got a date. We got an August 22nd wedding.
And see, I'm going to jump in with you. I want to. I want to do.
We're all there.
We're
all
the
there.
three of the, whether you like it or not, Cheryl and I are on that one with you.
That's
We're going
right.
to use that as our target date.
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah. So
We're going to wear bikinis to the wedding.
hey,
I'm just kidding.
do it. So yeah. So that's kind of my goals, and I don't want to go like overboard with them, but I think that's plenty, and I think that's going to be challenging enough. So.
Let me ask you this: what? Give me a rundown of what you want your week to look like as far as your fitness. I mean, as far as the gym.
So of course the kickboxing.
Mm-hmm.
I think so Mondays and Wednesdays I had kind of tossed around maybe giving up Wednesday's class to do something different, but what I think maybe what we'll do, or what I'll do, is on Tuesdays and Thursdays do some more focused stuff along with the running. Instead of just getting on the treadmill for 30 minutes and then or 3 miles, whatever it is,
Right.
and leaving, I want to do some other stuff. So Tuesdays and Thursdays might be a little bit longer, but definitely the weekend classes
So, are you staying with Wednesday kickboxing?
for now.
Okay,
Yeah.
yay.
Good. And then Thursday when we were at the gym, talked to Tanya
Yeah.
about
All the CrossFit stuff.
About the boot camp.
Or the boot camp,
do the
whatever.
boot camp.
Yeah.
So if we can get there at a timely and maybe do the running before and then do the boot camp and then we'll be done, or
would be good.
do boot camp then run, but I think we can incorporate a little more strength training with her boot camp class
Yeah, I never
along
thought about
with
that. That'd be good.
So we did talk to her about that on Thursday. So
All right, cool.
And I've never done one of, what is the other? Tanya does it on Tuesdays and Thursdays occasionally. What's the other girl?
Sierra.
I've never taken one of her classes.
it's the same.
I mean,
think
we
they
could try her class and see. I'm with you. I mean, one of my things that I want to do different, I want to stick with the Monday and Wednesday. I want to do what we've been doing on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I think here, although we had done a really good job of getting on the treadmills and keeping our legs in the running / I mean, when we walk, we don't walk slow. I mean, we're what, about a 4, so I mean, we're doing at least a 15,
Good pace.
16 minute
Yeah.
mile when we do walk, and we don't necessarily walk all the time. And I know here toward the end, we did find more excuses to walk more than we did run, but at least we were moving. But I want to personally do exactly what you said. I don't want it to just be just that.
Right.
I feel like I need to add something, whether it's to try some of the boot camp stuff, or the machines don't work well for me. And a lot of that has to do with my height.
Right.
It takes more time for me to adjust the seats back and forth, and you don't know if it's right unless you sit on it. And I spend way too much time doing that. And I don't want to put in a whole lot more. I feel like an hour is most people don't dedicate. We're dedicating at least 5 to 6 hours a week doing this. So I don't
the whole entire day, really.
Exactly. So I don't want to spend a whole lot more time on Tuesdays and Thursdays than what we already are, but I just want to make it more productive.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Yep,
So
absolutely.
But so that's got. I mean, so you got some good.
Yeah, and so then of course the weekends, definitely at least one, and if we aren't,
If we can do both, then
if we
do
can
both.
do both, we'll do both. But so definitely putting more emphasis on that.
I agree. I'm right there with you, and I may just let you do all the legwork on the challenges and just jump right in there.
Follow
with you.
your lead.
I could do it.
We'll do that. I'm planning on doing that. I know Cheryl will just drag her along by the hair of her head.
Do I have a choice?
No, you don't.
All right. Well, tell me, Cheryl, what are your goals?
2020, I'm going to take a different route.
Oh, do tell.
No, because I feel like fitness-wise, we have those set. We're there. We've been doing it.
But not everybody looks. Not everybody looks like you look in a pair of leggings. Trust me, some of us are not there.
Well, I do have height on my side versus you. Sorry, dear. But what I'm going to do, because like you said, it's not a resolution, but it's goals for myself. And this kind of might help you too, Lori, because you don't like water. But before every meal, drink at least 8 ounces of water.
Right.
Because then
How much is that?
dinner
is that 8 ounces?
Yeah, that's probably about it. Because then I'm not going to overeat.
Right.
I've got some, filler in the stomach. And I saw years ago a thing from Cameron Diaz, and she wakes up in the morning and the first thing she does is drink she was like a bottle of water, almost like 20 ounces before she even, gets in the shower or makes her cup of coffee.
Right.
And I'm going to do things monthly. And then if it continues, great. And then add on the next month. So January, I'm starting off with drinking water before every meal. I did it tonight.
Okay. Yes. Matter of fact, you did. You went to the.
I'm trying to at least 8 to 10 ounces of water before every meal. And then some, because I love water. I drink water throughout the entire day. So I easily drink 40 to 50 ounces a day without trying.
This is going to be the hardest thing for me.
Just drinking that before a meal, though, I think I'm going to see a little bit of difference.
What about in the morning? If you only have coffee in the morning, would you drink water before your coffee?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Drink water first.
I'm having a glass of water before my coffee, a glass of water before.
Okay, I'm going to start tomorrow.
Yep. And that's
But
January.
if I have to take like 10,000 pee breaks, that's going to be.
Well, guess what? Then you do that too.
It is.
Then February.
I have the bladder the size of a sweet pea.
Then February, I'm going to get in bed, be off all internet, iPads, iPhones, TV off by 11 p.m. every night. Because I'm the world's worst of staying up, and it'll be 1:30.
Well, I was going to say, now, wait a minute.
Yeah, don't be texting me at 11:30.
Wait a minute. I mean, you and I usually have our most conversations at between 11 and 12. So, you're going to leave me hanging by myself?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
so
geez.
just to try to get into better sleep patterns and be a healthier me.
Yeah.
And March, especially since we're in the South and we'll have more fresh fruits and vegetables at our disposal, incorporate eating more fruits and vegetables in March and just different monthly things that I'm going to try to see to make changes. And like I said, then hopefully they'll just continue to add on and not drop one to start another, but to build.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good.
So that's what I'm going to do.
What about the gym? What are your plans for the gym?
Just to be more there. Just when we're there.
You're keeping both the kickboxing classes.
I'm not changing anything when it comes to the gym.
Okay.
Except maybe adding more weight training on Tuesday.
On Tuesday
and Thursday. And versus just a running. But because I think I have myself in a committed relationship with the gym now.
Yeah, I agree.
And I'm comfortable with it, and I need it in my life. I enjoy it.
Right. Absolutely.
Oh, there's no doubt about the fact that even on the times when I don't feel like going, or I can't get there because of work or whatever has come up, I definitely feel better when I go.
Oh yeah.
Right. And even if we said we're going, 6 hours a week, there's 168 hours in a week. So I'm giving up 6 for the gym.
Yeah. Oh, I agree.
think I
it's
can
a
do
very
it.
small. It's a
So,
very small
yeah.
price. And I agree with you 100% on that one. So okay, that
And I'm sorry, I just can't do the whole think about cutting this, cutting sugars, cutting this. I love food.
well, that and you look great in a pair of leggings. Why? I mean, like I say, if I didn't have to worry about that kind of stuff, I would love not to. But and of course, I've only had a couple of sips of that, and I can already tell. Of course, I'm a cheap date, but I will have to say that as far as I agree with, I'm right there with both of you on the Tuesdays.
Yep.
I plan to keep. I want to keep Monday and Wednesday, although Maria's kickboxing class kicks my ever-loving ass every single time I take it. Mm-hmm. That's a good sign. I don't think I have ever walked out of that class with the attitude of, man, I just beasted that one. I've never walked out of there, which is a good thing. It lets me know that that every single time she's throwing something else at us that I don't want to. I have not mastered it.
Right.
My goal for 2020 is to get through an hour of that class and walk out of there and be able to say, I just killed it.
Yeah.
I mean, although I just got killed.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's
an accomplishment.
To me, that's a huge goal to take on.
Yeah.
Because I do know that all of 2019, with us doing 2 classes a week, I don't think I have ever walked out of there and felt like I beasted a class.
Right.
Because she's incredible. I mean, I just really, really appreciate everything she does.
Oh, she's encouraging.
Yes.
She's, and like you said, she changes things up that we don't get bored.
But one of my goals this year for 2020 is to walk out of one of her classes
You will.
and
We all
say,
Good luck to that.
and say, I just kicked butt. Because instead of feeling like I'm going to suck the varnish off the floor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The Tuesdays and Thursdays are definitely what I had written down as where I know I need the most work. Mm-hmm. I was getting extremely slack on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Right.
With just mild jogs or
we allow ourselves
a couple of
yeah.
sprints here and there or just walking. I know that I had really gotten lax on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yep.
Although we were still going to the gym, I will have to give us credit for that. We didn't just go home. We were still going and staying in the habit of going. But I know I got extremely lax on that. So what I want to challenge both of you for this coming year is let's get back to not letting. Don't do that for each other. If one says I don't really feel like, then say you're going to suck it up and you're going to go.
Right.
We need to do that for each other instead of all of us just jumping on the band. I don't feel like running. I don't either. I mean, it's just simple. It's easy to do that. Let's not do that.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Because
At least one of the 3 has got to be the drill sergeant. Usually it's Lori, but
Usually it's me.
on Tuesdays and Thursdays, it's definitely Lori.
I will try to step that up a smidget.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
As far as I definitely want to do a better job of the Saturday and Sunday classes. If not both, then one or the other, depending on what our schedules will allow.
Right.
Although she targets more legs on Saturday and more arms on Sunday, I still think overall your legs
You're
are
getting
still
a little bit of both on
most
both
definitely.
days.
Oh,
I feel
absolutely.
like,
I mean, yeah, because even on leg day, you're lifting weight. So your arms are getting a workout.
So that that's what I want to do as far as the food portion of my goals go. As of January 2nd, I want to cut, and I've so far have done it. I'm not all carbs, but I'm not eating any bread, pasta, rice, flour. What sugar that I am, and I have majorly cut sugar compared to the way I ate the last month of the year. But what little bit of sugar I'm going to allow myself is I want to measure out an 8-ounce glass of sweet tea, which I make myself. So it's not as sweet as what you would buy at a fast food restaurant. And I've got the carbs figured out on that, and allow myself one that one beverage of an 8-ounce glass of my sweet tea with my dinner to give me a little something to look forward to. And like I say, I definitely look forward to it. That's the best tasting stuff in the world after you've not. But now my major problem was Coca-Cola. That everybody has their what do you
Achilles
call
heel.
Is that okay? What is yours, Cheryl? What would you say yours is?
I would say mine's probably sweets
Sweets
in general.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Lori, how about you?
Gosh, I don't know.
What is the one thing that when you give it up, it's the one thing that you dream about? Or am I the only weird person that dreams about Coca-Cola?
No, I mean, I don't know that I really have any one thing. It's like I'll go in spurts sometime and I'll think, oh man, I really would like to have this. Or 3 weeks later, I'm like, oh man, I really like that. So I don't know that I have just one thing. Because quite frankly, I mean, I love chocolate, but I can go without it and it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, see, chocolate doesn't bother me a bit.
I like desserts and stuff, but again, I can go without those. It doesn't bother me. Even breads, I don't really honestly eat that much bread, and I could do without that. I don't know. I don't know that I have a one thing that.
I mean, I'm just like anybody else. Pasta. Now, see, I love pasta, and I do miss white bread, like a sandwich on white bread. But if you set a sandwich in front of me on white bread and a Coca-Cola, a nice cold Coca-Cola with a lot of ice, that crunchy ice like Sonic has, I'll take the Coca-Cola every single time over the food.
No.
That's how much I mean, like I said, that is my one thing that is the hardest for me to give up.
Right.
And I had given it up for a really long time and had only drank a little bit here and there. And then, I don't know, I guess October, November, I fell off the bandwagon. And especially the month of December. I mean, the month of December, I kept a 16-ounce bottles. And I bought it. Now, mind you, this is how the warped mind thinks. Instead of buying 2-liter bottles, I thought, I'll just buy the 6-pack of the 16-ounce bottles that you pull off with the lid. Oh, that way I'm not drinking as much. Well, bull crap. I would drink the whole thing. But like I say, Coca-Cola is my thing. And I'm giving that up again.
It'll be your treat whenever you hit a goal of some sort.
I don't know. I think I'm actually the kind of person that I don't need to drink the stuff at all.
Well, nobody does really, but
the whole month of January, my goal for January is to eat no bread, no pasta, no rice, no flour products,
And no Coca-Cola.
Right.
at all. And the only sugar that I'm going to eat or drink is what little bit of sugar is in my tea at night.
Right.
That's it. That's my goal. I'm not going to do any cheat meals or anything the month of January. That's my you both have your January thing. That's my January thing.
Right.
And hopefully the first part of first part of February we'll come back and do another podcast. And I want to have a cheat meal. I want to have a cheat meal that night. And then we'll do a little progress report on how we're doing on our goals. So,
yep,
okay. Now we've got several things we've got to decide about Pacing for Pieces. What races are we, Cheryl, doing this year? We've always done Pacing for Pieces and the Diva. And I think the Diva is actually earlier this year, which is a good thing because it won't be as hot at the beach.
True.
It's going to be in April this
yeah.
year, which I didn't sign up before Black Friday. It's cheaper. So,
I haven't either.
but I don't think you save that much money.
No.
But are we going to do Pacing for Pieces? First things first. That one comes up when?
I think it's March 14th.
Ooh.
I knew it was in March. I just didn't know what date. Absolutely. We've done it. Why
Okay,
not?
so I say let's do it. And then, this coming Tuesday, do we need... Oh, Cheryl, don't roll your eyes.
I'm so glad I'm turned away from the camera because the eyes are rolling in the back of the head. I want to retire my running shoes.
Okay, so are we doing... are we going to start... Should we start Couch to 5K Tuesday? Or do you think we're...
I think we're beyond.
I was going to say, I think we're
Couch to
beyond
5.
that. I think we just need
I don't know that I'm beyond that. Maybe not the first or second week, but those first... I don't know. I like that program.
Yeah, but it's like a run 30 seconds and a walk for a minute and a half. I mean,
Yeah.
we're beyond
But
that.
let's think about it like this. What if we did What if we did pace? What if we did the Couch to 5K, but on our run times we bump it up a little bit instead of going at where before. Now this is just me personally. I would do like you walk for so many minutes and then you jog for 30 seconds. Right? Is that how it originally started? And my jog back then when I first started this was like a 5 or a 5.5. Now it's more like a 6. So what if we did the Couch to 5K, but we did it where we bumped our speeds up on the times that we're running? What do you think about?
No, I think what we need to do is just do a mile at whatever speed you can do.
Okay.
And then we'll take like 1 or 2 weeks of that, whatever speed you can do, and then the next week or the next time we'll bump it up.
I can tell you my
bit.
speed right now is like 20 minutes.
Well, but it don't matter. And then we'll do a mile and a half at another.
Boy, that's a lot. That's a big jump.
That's only half a mile.
Half a mile?
And then we'll go up to 2, and then 2.5 and 3, and then just keep increasing it, and then increase your speed as we increase the miles.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
So start the speed, even though we're running for a mile, not run it at our normal jog.
Right. Just to get us back.
Just
into
to
the
get our
groove of
stamina.
Yeah.
Right.
And then
so do like a 4 or 5 for a mile.
Yeah.
And then
you do realize a 4 or 5 is a jog for me.
True.
A
but-
5 is
Well, you do what you need to do.
a 5.
at
I mean,
your pace.
a 4 is a
You don't have to do the same one.
Yeah.
unbelievable brisk walk for
yeah,
me.
because
No,
a
that's
4 is
fine.
a walk for me.
Right.
It is not a walk. I mean, it is a fast-paced walk for me.
Yeah. So whatever speed you need to go.
Okay,
we don't
well,
all
we're
have
going
be
to
the
put.
same. We all have different size legs.
Let's put Lori in charge
Okay.
of getting us ready for Pacing for Pieces.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Tuesdays and Thursdays, we knock that out. Should we do that? Should we do the running first before we or?
Well, if we don't get there until close to 6 and we got to start the boot camp, then we're gonna have to do the running after.
Yeah, and sometimes boot camp incorporates running outside.
True.
Well, that won't count.
Oh,
Oh, tough sergeant over here.
Drill instructor has already put on.
Yes, that's
drill
right.
instructor has
You
already put on.
already gave her
You already
the-
gave me the uniform.
Yep, we already
Drill
told her she was
instructor's
in
got the
charge on
uniform
Tuesdays and
on.
Thursdays.
Okay, so Pacing for Pieces. How did we come by getting? How did we get in the Jonathan run? Did you?
Yes.
Did you get us hooked up with that?
It's one that we sponsor, one of my company sponsors, and so we
Is
get
that one
we
again
get
this year?
entries. Mm-hmm.
So the only thing about that race that worries me is it's outside. I mean, it's not that's outside. That it's on. It's not. It's
on
not
the field,
pavement.
yeah.
Right, and it's been at different venues.
Oh, okay.
Also, so
I'm
it depends
so scared
on
of
the venue.
stepping in a hole and
And we can just take that as it comes. We'll see.
Okay.
See. Let's
Yeah.
get
Yeah,
through
we can-
pacing, and then we'll decide if
Okay.
we want to do another one in between that and Diva.
Well, I want to. I want to do Diva.
Oh, yeah, me too.
I want to do.
Yeah,
Diva.
that one's a fun one.
And we're dragging you by the hair of your head.
Oh,
But I want.
I'm going to look at the camera.
I mean,
would like to
roll
do-
my eyes.
I think we need to put this on our calendar this year, ladies. Is we need to do the turkey trot one on Thanksgiving. I said I wanted to do it this year, and then we didn't.
See,
Oh, I was out of town.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
This year I was in town. So 2019 I was in town.
Yeah.
2020 I'll be at my mom's.
Oh, okay.
And unless something changes, I mean, I have to go.
There's other fall ones. I
Yeah.
say we get a fall one.
Oh, I
too.
agree. We don't. If we're going to maintain our running, I think that going from May or April
Till the next
because
year is
Diva is
too
April
long.
this year. It's even earlier.
Yeah.
So we've got to find another race.
Yep. And we don't want to do probably May, June, July, August. It's gonna be
Right, we
really
don't wanna
hot.
do the heat of
Unless
the
it's
summer, but like you
unless
said,
it's
a fall one will-
really early one in the summertime where it's not too hot just yet. But we'll look. We'll see. We don't have to decide tonight, but let's find another one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, that works.
So.
That works for me. Well, like I say, okay, so we know we're going to try those 2 races. I want to work, and I know you said you were going to do the ab challenge.
Mm-hmm.
I want to jump on that. And the other thing I want to work on is my arms. I want to be able to wear a sleeveless shirt without feeling like my arms look like my thighs.
Well, I'm sure there's a challenge for arms too.
And like I say, maybe if you want to, maybe that's something we need to do one month. And but I also think if we'll go to Maria's Sunday class regularly,
Yes.
like
Right.
we used
Yes.
to,
That'll help.
that will help. Although I
And
do,
the boot camp's a little bit more of a
Yes.
Tuesday, Thursday. We're going to pick up more arm work.
Yeah.
right, yeah. But that's actually one of my goals. I do want to see if I don't think I will. I've never had abs. I never. But I just want to. I don't know. I
told you I had a flat stomach.
Yeah.
Just the L is silent.
I actually want to see if I have any abs. I don't know that's possible, but I guess.
Hey, so the app that I was using tonight, it's the Weight Watchers app. So that's what I'm kind of focusing on, the Weight Watchers, the points thing. But so I've joined a couple groups and I'm on Instagram and some different things. And these people are posting pictures of the before and after. And it's like, I look at them, I'm like, oh my gosh, how did they go from that to that? I mean,
Do they give a time frame?
yeah, like the one that I saw today, I think it was about a year. She had lost 100 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
And it was just like, it was amazing. And I'm thinking, I'm going to do that. I'm
Yeah.
going to do that. Like, I'm so tired of seeing all these pictures coming up of these before and after, and everybody looks fabulous. I'm like, okay,
Okay, there you go.
there you go.
Well, I mean, I agree. I understand what you're saying, but I also know, looking at myself, even 2 to 3 years into the gym, whenever I did work out and I was going to maybe, I don't know, four classes a week. I don't think I was doing any weekend work, so it was maybe just Monday through Thursday. But until I changed my eating, I could not. I knew there was a difference because my stamina was better and I could run
Right.
and things like that. But I personally saw, I guess one of the things I can go back to on my 2019, whenever I cut out the carbs, a lot of the carbs, not all the carbs, because it's almost impossible not to eat a carb.
Right. Mhm.
But whenever you try to hold that, what was probably several hundreds a day to 20 a day, like I did there for several months, I saw the biggest transformation in my body doing that. Also felt better than I had ever felt before.
But it's also about sustainability.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the minute you start adding those, of course, I guess you think about flour and sugar and what it does to your body. And there's really, I really seen the effect of what that has on my body in a short period of time, because it took months. And it's not that it was hard. I will have to say, eating more keto, and although I've never been strict keto, I've never did the whole peeing on the stick to see if I was in ketosis or whatever. I never did any of that. But I do know that cutting out those few major things, bread, pasta, rice, flour,
Sugar.
or drastically cutting sugar, made such a huge difference in
Right.
the way my body looked with just the classes that I was already taking. I mean, I look back at pictures where my face got like it did this past month, and I'm sure that it was nothing but that sodium and sugar from all those soft drinks.
Yeah.
Because I always had that whole mindset of, I'm going to the gym so I can eat whatever I want. And it doesn't take long if you will eat correctly to grasp the whole idea that it's really working out is a big portion.
not all of it.
But it's not even half of it.
No, it's
isn't it
not.
like 80%
Right.
food
Or 60
and 20% exercise?
Yeah.
Yeah, or
It's
I mean,
like-
it's there is no doubt about the fact that it is a bigger portion of your. If you want to look, if you want to lose weight or if you want to maintain, is more of what you put in your mouth than
Right.
it is going to that gym.
Yep.
Right. And I want to continue a lifestyle, though, that I'm comfortable with. I don't want to change, which is why none of my challenges and goals have anything to do with food. Because I feel like if I drink more water, I'm going to cut back on the food because
Right.
I'm going to feel fuller, so I'm not going to be eating as much.
See, I'm definitely. I've never tried that before, so that's definitely something that
Right.
y'all.
So that's why I haven't made food a part of my goal or challenge. I just think that will be a natural fall into this, some of my other goals.
Right.
Right.
Just adding the water portion of it will probably change a lot of things. And that's one thing I've never thought about in the past. And I mean, that just goes to show you that sitting down and sharing, instead of us doing this on our own, the three of us are sitting here sharing our ideas, and that, like I say, that's something I never thought about. Adding water along with, of course, I definitely needed to cut back on some other things, but I may see that I can eat a little more carbs if I drink the water. If I add a lot more water to my diet,
Right.
which is something I've never been good at. So
It's hard. It's one of those things you kind of have to.
That's going to be a
about.
challenge for
You
me.
have to think about.
I mean, because I can go to the gym. I probably drink more water on Monday and Wednesday nights, kickboxing, than I know I do more water on Monday and Wednesday than I do on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Right.
Because I can go to the gym with a bottle of water and maybe drink a fourth of it.
Right.
Bring it home, put it in the fridge.
Yeah.
Wind up taking it back out the door with me the next time I go to the gym.
Yep.
And that's not good. Yeah.
Well, I think one of the things that might help is always have a water bottle with you.
Yeah.
Like, we're in your car. I take a big thing to work and I set it on my desk, visible where I can see it. So it's not behind me or.
Oh, they got these
set
new ones
somewhere.
that blink.
Yes.
What?
Yeah, they got these new
The water
have you seen
hydrations.
The water hydration.
If you haven't
bottle?
picked it up in like 20 minutes, it flashes.
Yeah.
Where are these?
Oh yes, we will have to hook you up with
we
that.
We missed out. That would have been a perfect Christmas present. Had I
That's
known
right.
that water was
Hey,
going
my
to be
birthday's next week, so
There you
That's
go.
right. That's
There you
right.
go. That's right. That's right. Oh gosh,
Wink, wink.
Yep.
Well, you know
Dang, it just spoiled that surprise.
what? You know what? We got a good idea what to get Lori for her birthday now.
I didn't know they had those. Wow.
Yeah,
yes.
I actually saw those.
Yes.
I'm not sure if it was on Amazon or
They had them at I want to say Fleet Feet also.
Really?
I've seen them for years.
But yeah, I did see
Yes.
that while I was Christmas shopping online this
that's
past few weeks. Was it
Things
blinks-
they
it-
come up with.
I know
Oh,
it
yes.
blinks
Yeah.
at you whenever
it
you
helps.
need to.
It's just a little reminder of
Right.
don't
Yeah.
forget about me.
'Cause
Hello,
you do.
I'm over here.
Yeah, that's
Hello.
right. That's right.
Yeah,
That's
All
cool.
right. So we should be wrapping this up.
We should be wrapping this up, yeah.
All right.
But I do want to thank both of you for continuing to put up with this podcast.
Cheers again.
Cheers to
Cheers.
2020
Good luck, ladies.
and sticking with our 2020 goals.
To our new goals and our new our accomplishments
gotta-
that we're going to get
right,
there.
exactly.
We are going to do it.
Oh, we're going to do it. I know.
Even
we
though
will.
I want to hang up those retire those
no,
running
no.
shoes, these ladies
Nope.
are not going to let me.
And you're the
No.
person who wanted to sprint the other night. Listen, she don't want to quit running. She
I
just-
do.
She
I
just-
don't want to quit running, working out, but the races, I just kill myself on these races because I feel like
Don't kill yourself. Do what you can. Who's
Yeah.
always the one telling me, just you're not going to get an award at the
Yeah, you
end.
don't get
There's
that
no-
bonus
there's
check.
no bonus
There's
check.
no
Yep.
bonus check at the end
that
of
is
the.
my
That's right.
philosophy. There's no bonus
There's
check.
no bonus check at the finish line.
Yeah. So. it
And
doesn't
we
matter.
all did great at Diva. I mean, maybe I need to not be. I'm so competitive with myself, and I get myself worked into a tizzy the couple days before the race. And Lori, though, you're just. of course,
Lori
you're
just
the-
turns it on and she does until
Oh
the
my
race is over and
gosh.
she crosses that finish line. Then she turns it off. It's amazing.
I just don't. I don't have that.
I don't either.
I wish I had that. I don't
It's
have
like,
that.
well, I this is what I do in a race. I always pick out somebody that's in front of me, and it's like I try to either stay with them or at least get to them and pass them. And if I wind up passing them, then I find somebody else, and that's how I just, I keep on going.
No,
So
maybe
we'll just
I
watch
tell-
you.
I tell you what,
Because you're always ahead of us, so it won't matter.
the next race, if you will run with a Coca-Cola bottle strapped to your back, that might actually work for me.
I could do that.
Yeah, that, like a backpack. Have it strapped on your back.
Coca-Cola shirt.
Have it strapped on your back like a backpack. No, I'm not going to run toward a shirt. I got to run toward an actual bottle
I
of
gotta have a
Coke.
bottle. Okay.
Yeah,
We'll see.
we'll put it like on a
I'm gonna
backpack.
blow up.
That's right.
That might actually work for me.
So, all right. Well,
We've got to
great.
come up with a name. Number one, everybody. I've had several people say we've got to come up with a name. So we've got to come up
So
with.
our February thing, we will come up with we will come with our suggestions on a name.
We've got to come up with a name, and then we will meet back here in a month, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. We can have a good cheat meal,
What day is Valentine's on?
and then we've got to we'll recap.
Valentine's is on Friday the 14th. We can do it the 15th. We'll have a
There you
little
go.
Valentine's
There
celebration.
you go.
There we go.
Yeah.
So we'll do February the 15th, and we will recap where we are fitness goal wise and
Yes.
getting ready for Pacing for
Or
Pieces.
monthly accomplishment wise.
Monthly accomplishment wise.
Right.
Yes.
Ab challenge is on, and getting ready for Pacing for Pieces.
Yep.
Sounds
Okay.
good. Okay.
All right.
And Josh always ends all podcasts by saying, "Cue the cow."